Hi, Questers. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we're going to get into the first episode of Loki as soon as it comes out. And howdy, Harris. You got yourself some brisket. No worries. UK, we're not quite sure what brisket is, but hey, that's a thing. So I can't really remember much of what happened in season 1 of Loki, but I've been hearing good and bad things about season 2, and it'll be interesting to see, just where they go from there. So let's get into it in 4 minutes. So, I mean, I remember, Loki had all those copies of himself in different timelines or something. So it's a bit mixed up in my head, and the fact that there was a female version of him that he was falling in love with. So that was odd. But it was an entertaining show. I remember being entertained, although, like I said, I mean, it wasn't memorable for me. But season 2, I've heard some good things and bad things, like I say. So we'll see, just how good and bad they are. I'm not expecting anything special, but you never know. Disney might surprise us with Marvel, So what I do remember is that Loki got arrested by the time cops. I call them the time cops anyway. And we'll see how it goes for him. Loki's not one of my favorite Marvel characters, but it's one of the better shows, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Not enough to rewatch season 1. That would be like watching something else like Andor or Obi-Wan again. Really okay for the first time, but you don't really want to watch it over again, do you? Which makes sense. But what can I say? Yeah, this is all about the new season, and I do remember hearing that they have made changes for season 2, and they believe it's for the better. But we'll be the judge of that, won't we? Because that's the important thing. But hopefully they'll they will release the episode quite quickly. They did with Ahsoka. It was out on time, which was a surprise. Whenever they've released in the past, they've always been at least a minute after. In some cases, it used to be like 10 minutes after. So hopefully this is going to be the same as Ahsoka and release on time. I hope you can hear me okay. The microphone's been playing up a little bit the last couple of days, so we'll see. Let me just check the settings to make sure, actually, because that makes sense. And I've got the green screen back, so I've got the virtual background up. It works better with the green screen, which is good. So I haven't got that bleak grey background anymore. And before a friend of mine says he's wearing his pink shirt again, you can tell from the color it's not pink, it's peach. Okay, so just remember it's peach, not pink. I don't wear pink. So okay, 1 minute 2. Refresh this page and see. Not quite yet. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Like I say, because season 1 wasn't very good in my opinion, but season 2 can surprise you. And what's the point in having a channel if you're not going to review things you don't like? Why not? Right. Now let's have another look. Yes, it's released. Okay, so let's press play. Hopefully you can't hear it in the background. Oh, timer. Down a lot. Skipping the recap because I don't need to see that. Right, here we go. Usual Marvel opening. Good, good. Shame that a lot of their stuff has been really bad lately. Green, green gold. Nice. Like it. I am gonna turn that volume up a little bit because I think about that. That should be better. Turn it down. There we go. That's good. So if you can hear the episode, let me know in the chat because I don't want copyright. It should be okay. Hmm, it's a very Star Wars moment. I found that good. There's one thing about Loki I do like is how they use the retro tech, the switches and stuff. Oops. Hmm. I wonder what that emblem is. I also like being surprised. That's another reason why I skip the recap. But he's jumping through time, right? I don't like that Loki. I don't like that title. The way that they've done that. Is it just me? It's interesting that these are 40 minutes episodes. So does that mean that? 'Cause I seem to remember one wasn't season one shorter episodes, like 30 minutes? How I remember it. But they changed up those uniforms as well. They look different. Well, that scared me as well. Jesus. So I'm guessing he's jumping through all of those timelines. Just as he finds him. I used to have that microphone. You know? That guy looks like he's been punched in the nose one too many times. End of time. It's still got 3 hours left to do. Who remains? Tell me, can't you remember? You know, in the basement for 400 years. I like this guy. Funny. Really? Good, because it doesn't happen. You like the dialogue. I don't like more to anyone else. That looks ominous. Doesn't happen to it. If we sit back into the past, we can say to someone about it. Hmm. Also, the shadows are down, so it's in the future again. Yeah. Skin. Okay. What the hell is that? Duct tape. Fix everything. I like that guy. I do. Wow. I didn't do that. Okay. Then he's war. One big slinky. How can it be in the TVA and not find a time stick anywhere? I think we'll take that door to close a minute. Oh, that's how we get through the door. Nice. Oh, hardware. Oh, and look there, are they? They do. Click on the timeline, and there is a little something at 41 minutes 20 seconds. So I'm going to carry on going through this. But might be important to get through this. And I know a lot of people that have watched up to this point. They watched as soon as the credits start rolling, they'll just shut it off. But I like to check the timeline bar to see if there's anything during the credits, and there is in this. So if it says coming up, I'll cut it off because I don't want to know what's coming up in the show. I want to be surprised, you know? It's better that way. I have to say, so far, it wasn't boring, was it? This bit is I think that it's yeah, yeah, here it's like England, but it's Oklahoma. That looks very much like a England countryside. Rolling hills, trees. Oklahoma. Just check that it's not a double release. No, that's good. Okay. Wow. Now I am actually very surprised at that episode. Like I said, I didn't really like the first season that much. There was some good parts, like always, but I mean, this is a good start for the season, I think. But yeah, let's stop that timer. So does that mean that Loki is no longer going to be time slipping? Well, I hope not, because that would be annoying. And I can't remember from the first season if Loki has his powers as a god or not. I remember they put that restraining thing on him, but I didn't see it in this episode. So does that mean he can use his powers now? Interesting. I wasn't bored. I have to say that much quite easily, and it does make me want to carry on watching, which is another thing that I was surprised with. I don't think there was a single boring part of that except for the credits, right? So I'm pleasantly surprised, which is difficult for me because I used to judge things differently when I watched a TV show, and since I've been doing these videos, the way I look at them is different. I don't like judging them too harshly, but I have to be more honest, right? So if there's something about a show I don't like, then I will say it. But in this episode, there was nothing I didn't like. It's difficult to put in words some of the stuff because, well, I was surprised. Let's just say that because it's not like Secret Invasion. I mean, Secret Invasion, it was like, oh, it was bad from the start, right? So I know some people might have loved Secret Invasion, but personally, I didn't like it. I didn't watch all of it. But when it comes to Loki, yeah, I think I might rewatch season 1 this week and just see if my opinion's changed because this was a decent episode and there's I mean that suit that Morbius had to wear. Oh my god. And the fact that it had a cracked glass and they put the duct tape on, that was pleasantly amusing. And that big hose that was attached to the back of it. I mean, my god! But I like the retro designs that they use in the show, like the jelly bean buttons, the big toggle switches, the old school style screens for the monitors. I do like that. I really do. There is something about the retro design, and the time slipping was interesting, but I don't know how important the whole was it the temporal loom they called it. So I mean, I'm not sure how the temporal loom would work, and the fact that time is supposed to you're not supposed to be able to travel through time or time slip inside the TVA. I mean, I think they should ask themselves about that because obviously, if Loki was doing that, then they got to look into it, right, and find out why, because that can't be just because of the temporal loom, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, and the fact that Sylvia was in a McDonald's, and was that a 1980s McDonald's? I can't remember what they looked like in the 80s, but I certainly got an 80s feel from that McDonald's. I didn't even realize it was a McDonald's until he said Big Mac, and I thought, so well, the only place you can get a Big Mac is McDonald's, right? You can't get it anywhere else. So, pleasantly surprised. I really was. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching it because I think I'm going to like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this season. But like I say, there are reviews out for at least the first 4 episodes, so half the season, because there's eight episodes, isn't there? But I seem to remember that season one, the episodes were shorter, wasn't it? Were they not? Because I got the feeling that the episodes were 30 minutes long, but this one was 40. So they'll probably check. Oh, hiccup! Why have I got a hiccup suddenly? Oh, anyway. So yeah, I mean, I hope they're not going to do what they did with Ahsoka and change the length of the episodes all the time, because we had episodes in Ahsoka that were, I think the longest episode was an hour and 5 minutes long, and that wasn't even the first or last episode. I think that was one of the middle episodes was an hour and 5 minutes, which was annoying. I mean, I think the first episode was an hour and one, wasn't it? And then the second episode was 58 or something. I hate it when they do that. I really do. But I hope they don't do that with Loki. But I got a friend who liked the first season, but I mean, I don't know what his opinion of season 2 is going to be until I speak to him tomorrow. So I'll have a chat with him tomorrow and find out what he thought. But usually, when I enjoy something, he doesn't like it. But when he enjoys something, I don't tend to like it. And I've tried to get him to come onto the channel and do some videos because I thought that would be interesting, but he's reluctant to do so. He'll probably watch this tomorrow at some point, or at least watch the end part where I'm reviewing it and reacting to it. So he'll probably hear that, but I don't care. I don't care. I liked it, and I hope you guys liked it, because I just don't know what to say, because nothing bad happened. I mean, it was all pretty good. Look, it looked great. It's the dialogue was amazing. I haven't seen dialogue like that from Marvel in a long time. I think it's where can I what kind of a Marvel thing can I compare that to? Probably the Doctor Strange and Peter Parker dialogue from No Way Home, right? That's the kind of backwards and forwards that I get the feeling for, like, and also maybe Tony Stark and Nick Fury. Was it Iron Man 2? Was it it was Iron Man 2, wasn't it, where he got that new palladium? Was it? No, the palladium was the previous metal. What was that one that he replaced it with? I'm gonna have to watch the Iron Man movies again. I love those. I loved the first one especially. It's my favorite Marvel movie. But it seems like they really, really did concentrate on the dialogue more with the writing, which is good all on itself. I mean, I don't know if that was put through an artificial intelligence filter or something to try and do something with it. It's possible, I suppose, but it's hard to say, because it was written before the strike, wasn't it? So it's possible that had some influence from the AI, but I'm not sure it did, to be honest. Maybe the minuscule amount, maybe just a tiny bit, but it'd be interesting to find out if it was or not. But the fact that he was in the TVA and he couldn't find a time stick towards the end, that I thought that was a bit silly, in my opinion. But all in all, I liked the episode. I really did. I really did like it. It was interesting, and I have hopes for the rest of the show. But like I said, I mean, out of the 4 that I've heard that have been reviewed, they've said that, you know, there are good and bad. So if there's only 4 episodes, does that mean that the next episode is going to be bad, or the last 2 episodes are going to be bad of the 4? So we'll see, and hopefully it stays at the level it's at, because I was impressed. I was really interested in this episode, and uh, although the Loki stuff was interesting, I'm glad that the time slipping is over with, because I mean that, like I said, it would be annoying if it goes on any longer. And I wish they would do something about the Loki title screen, because when it's flickering and changing like that, it's annoying. It really is annoying. But they chose it for a reason. They wanted to be flashy, and they were flashy. But I'm so I that suit. I just can't get that suit out of my head. I can't. It's just really stupid looking suit. It looks terrible, but it works for the technology that's around them. You know, they're, like I said, there's something about the retro tech that they use in the TVA. There really is, and yeah, I think it's possibly the best thing to come out of Marvel for a long time. I think, and I know a lot of people have said that about Loki season 1, but like I said, I didn't like Loki season 1, but season 2 seems to. The first episode seems to have impressed me. Let's just say that, shall we? And we'll see how it goes. Now, I would say that a lot of people would probably be rating this right now. They'll be like rating it on a level 1 to 10, but I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to copy everyone else and do everything the same. I know there are a lot of people that will probably be doing one of these watch parties and reactions, but you know, I got used to staying up for Ahsoka, so and even though a lot of that was quite bad, you know, I thought, well, I'll just do it for Loki. It's a new season, so it's supposed to have changed, and you know, here we are talking about it now, and I liked it. I really did like it. I wouldn't say it was great. It was it was it was good. I'll just say that, because you can't judge an entire season by the first episode, right? So we know that I said that this is a good episode, but you know, I'm not going to judge it until after I see the season. It's like with Ahsoka, I have thoughts about that, but I'm going to do a video. I think next weekend I'll do a video about Ahsoka, and the good things and the bad things. It's going to be interesting. But for Loki, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because, like I said, I want to be honest with my opinions and thoughts, and you know, there's not a lot more I can say about it. I mean, if you guys have got any questions, you know, let me know. Just ask them, and you know, I'll answer them as best as I can. But as a whole, good sign, very good sign. But I'm sorry, I still can't get that suit out of my head. It looks absolutely ridiculous. It looks like an oversized version of one of those space suits from Starfield. Harris, if you're here, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it really does look like a beefed up version of one of those space suits. Except for the V shape, the triangular shaped visor. But what did you think of that big slinky that he was pulling around behind him? That was really stupid looking. It was and what else? The bit where he jumps he goes out the window and ends up in the back of that flying pickup truck. That was very reminiscent of I'm pretty sure it's Attack of the Clones. You remember where it's where Obi-Wan jumps out the window and he's falling down, and then he ends up landing on Anakin's speeder that he steals. No morals in that one, but it's very reminiscent of that. And there was a very much of a Doctor Who feel as well. If you've seen Doctor Who, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because I don't know what it is, but it just made me think of Doctor Who quite a bit. I don't know if it was just the time slipping, but it's just one of those things. It gives you a feeling. It makes you think of something that is completely unrelated. The only thing related between Loki and Doctor Who is that they're both going to be on Disney at some point. Because in November Doctor Who comes out on, and I'm hoping it comes out on Disney at the same time as the BBC. But I mean, I'm going to do one of these for that as well, but that'll be earlier on in the day. That might be 6-7 p.m. In the UK, so very early for a lot of other people. So yeah, there's not a lot happened in that except for the fact that Loki was. I'm assuming Loki's been stabilized in time now. I'm assuming that they're going to be leaving the TVA and going on search of Sylvia. And it's there really was not a huge amount of stuff that happened to really talk about. And I did remove that timer, didn't I? Yeah. So I just looked on. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, it's I'd say interesting, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to next week. I really am looking forward to it. I want to see what happens, and yeah, we'll pick it up from there. So that was Loki season 2 premiere. It was good. It was good. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up, give us that like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell and select all so you don't miss any upcoming content. And as always, guys, stay safe, take care, and may the Schwartz be with you always.